Hello, everybody. It's Kim Hawk, and I am going live right here in the Near Disney YouTube studio. And so we can't wait to tell you what we've got planned for today. If you haven't already, please go to the Near Disney YouTube studio, subscribe and like. We have all kinds of content that's coming out with regard to the 25-mile radius around Cinderella Castle. And today it's kind of cool. We're doing something like an AA type of thing because we wanted to share a video that Sue Koptioff on our team, our Realtor Dream team, I call her Aurora, Sleeping Beauty, although she never sleeps. She went out and there's this incredible, because you think about it, if you're moving to Central Florida, one of the things that you want to be making sure is really solid is healthcare. And not only do we have healthcare with emergency rooms and hospitals and everything, but we've got the coolest healthcare. Well, instead of me talking about it, why don't I have Sue show you, and I'll be back. And then after that, we want to talk about a music festival, an all-day music festival that's coming up. So make sure you stay tuned and watch so we can tell you about that as well. Here we go. I'm going to share Sue with you right now.
Near Disney. Hi, my name is Sue. Thanks so much for joining us. Today we are at Advent Health ER located in the Flamingo Crossing Center, and we are extending our tour and our investigation of all the medical facilities and what is offered here for people in Central Florida. So we're going to go in and talk to Caitlin McDowell. She is the senior nurse manager there, and I'm sure we're going to get some great information, and I'm thinking you're really going to like what you see.
The Advent Health Emergency Department at Flamingo Crossings Town Center is a pivotal place for anyone having an emergency or any medical condition who just needs to be seen. They want the security to know that their condition is being cared for. So we provide that in this community. Our main campus is Celebration, so we do collaborate very closely with Celebration, who has long-standing roots in the community here and for serving guests at the Disney properties. As an emergency department, we can take care of anything from heart attacks to strokes, but we can also take care of, if you're not feeling well, you're coughing, flu-like symptoms, nausea, vomiting from having too much fun. We can handle any of that. The only difference here is if you were to have to stay overnight and get some further testings, we would admit you to the Celebration campus or our Advent Health Winter Garden campus. So we don't generally keep people here overnight for admission, but we can stabilize anybody and really kind of get them back on their feet and back home if that's appropriate.
Thank you, Caitlin.
Yeah.
And so now we're gonna take a little bit of a tour.
When you first come into our department, you will come in through our entryway here and see our sand dunes with some of our friends along the walls here. When you come over the sand dunes, you come into the water under the dock into what we call our sensory shore. If you look around the department here, you'll see some familiar faces. So when you walk in, if you know these characters, you have a connection immediately with them. The colors in the department, you'll see some waves and some greens. They were all created with research from anti-anxiety and anti-stress. There's music throughout the department with white and brown noises just to help calm our patients and anyone coming in. And there's also a fragrance, very light if you notice when you first walk in. We also have very curved furniture, as you can see here, just to decrease the anxiety and concerns as you walk into the department, along with a lot of very friendly faces who are going to greet you when you come in and just make sure that if you want to see a doctor, that we're going to see you right away. We generally don't have a triage or lobby wait process at the moment. We'll take you right back to a room and do your registration and your initial seeing of you in the back in the rooms. After you come through the lobby, we take you directly back to a room, and we'll either take you on the current down the current on one side or the parting tides on the other. And you'll see some friendly faces as we go down the halls. So here is one of our patient rooms. This is where we will initially see you with the provider. We'll get you registered and start your care right away. Our rooms also have the green color that's anti-anxiety, decreasing stress. We also have colored lighting in the room. So using our iPad here, If you're just feeling orange today, you can make the room orange, or maybe just a nice green color. And we also have our living gallery that we like to call. This is a very calming music, calming scenes. Again, you'll see some friends throughout this movie that you may be familiar with. The lights change colors with it too. But we really try and give a lot of control back to our patients. As we know, when you come to the emergency department, this is not where you want to be. You're probably scared and anxious. So we try a lot to give whatever control we can give back to you. So if that means being able to change the color and choose what you want to see on our television here, we want to give that back to you so that while you're waiting, you have something nice to relax. So this is our x-ray room. So if you need to have an x-ray, we can take you in here, or we can also do them portable in the patient rooms. If you can see in here, this is a scene from under the water, as if you're looking up through the water at the night sky and the twinkling lights of the stars. We also have our control room for radiology. This is where our radiology techs would sit while they're taking your pictures for your exam. So this is our CAT scan room. We can do CAT scans on any patients that come in that need it. In this room as well, we have music along with fragrance, and also are looking up through our grotto here. You'll see an ocean scene with fish swimming by, turtles, dolphins. We also catch some characters you may be familiar with coming by to say hello or drop something through the scene. So at Flamingo Crossings, we do have a Dole soft serve machine. The flavors do change, but the purpose of this is for our patients. If you have an upset stomach or you're not feeling very well, we can use our Dole treats to see if you can, keep something down. There's no dairy. So we do provide this to our patients, our staff, and our EMS crews that do bring some of our patients along as well.
You mentioned that this hospital has magnet status. Can you explain that?
Yeah, so Celebration went through the process several years ago. It's a very rigorous process. Lots of work goes into it and growing their staff and nurses into leaders and getting nursing input on best practices. And it does go through a review process. And once it's reviewed, if it's appropriate, the hospital can become magnet designated. And Celebration has been a magnet designated hospital for quite a while now. Being part of Celebration, we are part of that magnet status. So really what that means is the frontline nurses thrive the best way to take care of the patients. Changes come because of what nurses on the front line have seen to make sure that the patients are being cared for appropriately, and that the decisions aren't being made at such a high level. It really keeps it down with the patients and with the nurses to make sure that we're doing the right things for our patients.
Okay, Caitlin, so thank you so much for the tour, for the information. We loved meeting you, and I have to say that I am excited to let people know when we talk to them about this place that the biggest thing for me is the friendly faces, and everyone that we have talked to here, starting with that wonderful security guard out front, has been just been a pleasure meeting everybody. And again, we just so appreciate what you are doing just daily to take care of this community. You're on the front lines, and it doesn't go unnoticed by us, and so we want to make sure that our community and extended out knows all about this place.
Yeah, and as much as it's hard to come to an emergency department, and this isn't where we want to meet you, we're here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to take care of you.
It's awesome. Thank you. So what did you think about all that great information and all those friendly faces in that department there wanting to take care of patients that come across their path? It was really clear that these people really enjoy what they're doing, and their ultimate goal is to make sure that if you have to go to the ER, that it is going to be as pleasant and painless as possible. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope you did too. And if you have any other questions about what medical is offered here in Central Florida, or if you have any real estate questions, because that is foremost what we do at Florida in Motion. So my name and number is below. We thank you so much for joining us today, and please like and subscribe. We will see you next time.
Make sure that you subscribe and like so that we can continue to give you up-to-date information on all things that are going around the 25-mile radius of Cinderella's Castle, because this is truly a magical place to live.
You guys know it really is a magical place to live right here in Central Florida. And so that 25-mile radius of Cinderella's Castle, Flamingo Crossing, is kind of in that Horizon West section, Winter Garden Celebration. And so it just would be, it's lovely when you walk in and there's an emergency, or if you have a child that you got to take in, and you're just trying to make it more of a relaxing experience, I guess, less stressful, I guess is the word that I'm looking for. But when you walk in and you see all these painted pictures of Disney characters, and you're able to control the color of light that you have in your room so that it calms you, the calming experience is what I'm talking about. But also make sure, if you go to the Near Disney YouTube channel, you're going to find videos of Advent Health Celebration, Advent Health. And so Amanda Maggart, she is at the forefront. She's the CEO of this area. And I'm telling you, they are doing some phenomenal things. We've done videos talking about how people that have Parkinson's are now able to quickly get the shaking just eliminated. In many cases, they're doing a lot of robotic surgeries. Dr. Jay Redone is a neighbor and a friend of ours. I can tell you it's just so much easier to recover from surgeries if you need that. But in order to go to an urgent care at Flamingo Crossing, wow, that's a big deal, right? So anyway, I just wanted to say hello. I'm seeing a lot of people check in and say hi, and it looks like we get people from Colorado, got some folks from England. Thanks for watching. Gosh, what's the time over there? Let me see if it's about 1:41 now here in the afternoon. What is that, 5, 6 o'clock over there? So we appreciate you watching. And Amy, absolutely love Amy. For those that don't know, there's going to be this incredible new ice cream parlor, homemade ice cream, that's going to be coming into celebration called Scoops. And that's Island Village. And once they open, we're going to be all over that, doing video and showing you, and just how cool, what a cool couple that is opening that new location here. So as I promised, I said stay tuned, because I want to make sure you weren't missing out. There's something else that's going on coming up, because today, if you're watching on a calendar date, because I know a lot of you watch after the fact, but this is November 15th, 2024. And on November 23rd, so not this Saturday, but next Saturday, there is a music festival, unbelievable outdoor music festival, all day music festival. And it is to bring awareness to Embrace. Embrace is an organization that is phenomenal. It's run by Bettina, and I've got a friend, Joe and Debbie, that are very involved, and a bunch of musicians, a lot of people that will be involved on that Saturday in Downtown Celebration. Free concert, outdoor, noon to 9 p.m. Outdoor. Weather's supposed to be spectacular. We've got all these cool restaurants, because we have this town center. It feels very much like a European location, because you have all these locations with food and beverage. And I know there's going to be, I think, some food outlets selling right there too, so we can raise some more money for Embrace, because they help the people up and down 192 that are homeless. So it's a great, great cause. But instead of me talking about it, let me show you. I want to introduce you to Alan Banal. He is a famous rock star. He is a global rock star, has a band called CEO. And I can't wait to hear what he has to say, and encourage you to come out November 23rd, Downtown Celebration 2024, for the music festival. Here we go. Hey everybody, it's Kim Hawk, and I'm known as YouTube's fairy godmother of real estate. But today, more importantly, I'm interviewing one of my favorite people that I have been in a band with in the past. He is a rock star. His name is Alan Banal. Alan, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Nice to be here, Kim.
Well, we have known one another for many, many, many years. I've had the honor of singing with you on some live stuff recorded. Container City comes to mind. A lot of great music that you have written. You've inspired me to be a writer. And now I'm hearing you're like one of the key people for a super event that's coming up here in Celebration on November 23rd, which is a Saturday, not too far away from now. And it's from noon to 9 p.m. You want to talk to me about your involvement?
Yeah, I'd love to do that. Yeah, it's a second festival. It's a music festival, a celebration music festival. and it's a festival. It's like a community thing. It's free for people to come in and listen to the music, and basically the thought about it and behind it is to having people, the community together. We want it to be a place that you go to even if you don't know who's playing. You just go there because it's very cool to hang out, listen to some good music, get some food, meet neighbors and friends and stuff like that. A whole lot of love, and that's what we want.
I love it. And you and I have a big fondness for the organization that's putting this on together, Embrace. Am I not correct on that? Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, I the first festival was last year, and I had the honor and the pleasure to be on the board last year to get everything up and flying. And it's actually something, you know, that because we've been involved with that too, back in the days with Jazz Nights. You know, we looked at making a venue out in the movie theater and all that stuff, right?
Right.
My dream has always been to make a music festival in Celebration. And after hooking up with Embrace and some other good people, you know, last year we figured out how should we do it. And this year I don't have time to be on the board, but I'm still managing one of the stages, and I have the pleasure to play a little bit for people. So that's how it is this year.
Well, that's a huge treat. If you haven't heard Alan sing and play, it's incredible. It's a real gift. And it's exciting because I'm going to be involved in it as well this year. I think you're on the platform from 3 to 3:30 and then back again for the grand finale. Is that right, Alan?
Yep, that's right.
Yeah. And so what's happening is, and I know Bettina from Embrace had mentioned she'd like us to possibly talk a little bit more about the meaning of Embrace as well with her outreach. You know, she really the outreach is to really providing people that are homeless up and down 192 opportunities to have some housing, some food, and all that kind of good stuff. And so you and I both have wanted to support that for many years. And a second thing is students supporting other students. I think that's lovely too. I know a lot of the students will get extra credit for helping out on events and stuff like that, but they're actually helping some students that may not have had as much advantage as other kids possibly. And I love that when they're going out and they're trying to deliver bicycles to kids and saying, hey, come on, we're all going to get into this together. And what a better way to do it, Alan, than getting people together over music.
That was what I thought, things coming together that way, because I've actually been involved with Embrace for the last over 10 years in different ways. You know, we've been supporting this and that, going to when they have the different events and stuff like that. And actually this music part is just the latest add-on. And for me, and I know I love what Embrace does, you know, helping people that are not as lucky as we are. And at the same time, you know, we can combine it with bringing out some music and some community spirit. I think it's a perfect thing. You know, people go home from that day and just listen to a lot of good music and hanging out with people. And then Embrace goes home with some money that they can distribute to people out there. I love that.
I do too. And it's going to be in downtown Lakeside, you guys, for those who have not participated in this event. Which is cat a corner to over by Columbia restaurant. And so I believe they're going to have some QR codes for people if they want to be able to contribute to Embrace. I encourage that. But like Alan said, it is a free event that day from noon until 9 o'clock. And Alan, I was just looking at the lineup. Boy, it's nice. And there's a lot of variety. There's everything from kids doing some music to somebody called Just Abby music. Of course, you know, CEO NEO. My group is going to be there. We're called 3 in 1. I see, I think Paul Kupek. I see a lot of people's names that I recognize. And so there's going to just be probably over a dozen artists that are there. So hopefully you guys are going to find somebody that you like during that whole day. And it'll bring us all together. And like you said, there's going to be some food venues down there. I believe there's a lot of food venues.
Oh, yeah.
You can purchase items, but that money is going to go back to Embrace, which is another cool celebration thing.
It's exactly true. And you know what? It comes kind of from last year when we did the first festival. We had a lot of discussions There's a lot of strategy going into doing a festival. It's not only playing music, because what kind of music, for example, would be one of them. Is this a country festival, rock? What is it? And it was pretty clear, very fast, that this has to be more eclectic. There has to be something for everybody. And that's why last year we had jazz, we had rock, we had Motown, we had Hispanic music, and also this year we got a big variety, and that's on purpose. As far as I'm concerned, I would like it to be a big variety and not zoning in on one particular music genre.
Yes, yes. And for people that want to find your music, what's the best way for them to download your music right now?
Well, Spotify, iTunes, stuff like that. That would be CO Neo would be on there. Otherwise, you can find it for free on YouTube, and there's also a website, coneus.com. So there are different ways to do that.
And I know your son Andy is a musician now too, right?
Yeah, he's actually going to play with me, and if everything turns out good, his wife will play with us too. So we're going to be a trio this year.
Hey.
For the first time, we're going to have 3 Benows playing. That's the plan right now. Now, we don't know about the young people ever, do we? So let's see how it goes. But we're going to have a lot of fun no matter what.
Oh, I think it's going to be a great day. So we want to encourage you, Alan and I want to encourage you, please, please, please come out Saturday, November 23rd. It's just right around the corner. The weather should be perfect that day. If it happens to be pouring down rain, I believe they're going to move it into Community Presbyterian Church, but I understand that it's going to be absolutely gorgeous that day. I'm going to pray it into existence, Alan, so we can raise lots of money and have so much fun together, helping Embrace, which is such a cherished organization that Celebration likes to get their arms around, right?
Amen.
Amen.
Bettina is doing, and also all her volunteers, we can't forget them, but especially Bettina, who is kind of like the power source of this. She's just doing an amazing job, and we can only hope that many people will support her. That's my wish.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Me too. Well, I can't wait to see you at the concert.
Jim,
I would say break a leg, but we don't do that quite yet, right? That's.
Remember, we played a concert where I had my foot broken, so don't even say that. Remember that one?
I do. Oh my gosh. All right, I take that back. Well, anyway, I can't wait to hear you again. I absolutely love you. I love your music. Thank you again for everything that you do.
Jim. Thanks for everything you do. All right. Thank you.
Bye, Alan.
Bye.
Make sure that you subscribe and like so that we can continue to give you up-to-date information on all things that are going around the 25-mile radius of Cinderella's Castle, because this is truly a magical place to live.